If there's one thing I know for sure, it's that I know nothing.
Hard cut.
What hard cut? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another week, another episode of MMA for Marks.
That sounded so bland. I'm like, what's up, cocksuckers? We're back.
Wow. Yes. That too. Thank you for that. I'm Andy.
I'm Ethan.
Blowing the lid off this motherfucker like Germany. So
Like a James Krause fucking fight scandal. We're
All
blowing
right.
the lid off.
dude, yeah, this is a huge one. There's a lot going on this week, but I mean,
Yeah,
if you thought
buddy.
last week was a cooking grenade. This thing is definitely gonna blow up in our face. Ethan,
DEFCON 5 in this bitch.
yeah, dude, DEFCON 6. We're gonna make a new one. You traveled not a far distance,
Not a far distance. truth be
not a
told.
far distance, and got to go to some fights this weekend, huh?
Yeah, I went to UFC Orlando, baby.
Hell yeah, dude.
Spent $300 on the fucking fight poster, but it's my third fight poster.
Fucking Christ.
I know, dude. Doesn't compare to your birthday gift, but hey, you know, something like that.
Dude,
Right? Your Christmas
Yeah.
gift.
By the way, thank you very much for my birthday gift. I gotta tell you, like, he told me he was sending me not a birthday gift, a Christmas present. We fucked up over here. You told me you're sending me a Christmas present, and I'm like, okay. So I'm like, because we talked about it. I know I have to get you a gift. I'm still looking for your gift because I gotta find something right. But now I'm happier that I waited because I see the level of gift you gave me. So now I know I need to figure out where I'm at. But yeah, you gave me four beautiful posters, UFC posters. Just one of the 25 anniversary Cannoneer. I would bring them out, but I don't have a frame for them, and I'm not trying to fuck them up or anything like that. They're too nice for that. So once I have them framed up, and hopefully by the next episode or so, and then I'm remodeling in here. I'm actually remodeling this whole back area of the studio in the next 2 weeks. So when I redo the studio, I'll have them up on the wall behind me. So yeah, I'll get a chance to show everybody. But yeah, I appreciate it, buddy. We lost you on the audio there. Hello. Oh, he's back.
Oi, I'm back. I said hello,
was
everybody.
going-
You're welcome for your gift.
Thank you. I was like, dude, you're really letting me have this segment by myself.
No, I was talking. You didn't fucking hear me. So no,
yeah.
you're welcome, dude. Yeah, I went
Makes
to the
sense.
fights this weekend, and they were fucking great. It felt long as a whole. Like it didn't. It went by fast, but it still felt long. Like we didn't get out of Jixie and I waiting for the crowd. Shout out to my boy Jixie who went with me. We waited for the crowd to disperse somewhat, and then we didn't actually leave I didn't leave the parking lot until about 1:45. I made it home at around. I made it home at around like 2:05, 2:10, and I asked Jixie because he had parked 5 minutes away in like a different parking garage. I was like, dude, where you at? And he's like, dude, I haven't moved a fucking inch. I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, man. And he was just stuck in traffic. He's like, where did you park? I was like, the fucking Geico garage, you know? And I was out. I literally made it home. He was still stuck. I felt bad for the kid, but in general, like I said, good fights, very few decisions, a lot of finishes, a lot of shocking upsets that we definitely did not call, and a couple things that we did call that came exactly as we called. So we'll go over that. Are we gonna do that first or second, buddy?
No, we'll go over the card.
We'll go over the card first.
Start from the top. Yeah.
All right, so we'll start from the top.
Yeah.
All right, buddy, let's go.
Good overall event though, huh?
It was one of the best live events that I've been to, and I've been to
saying.
I've been to 8, I believe, 8
Right.
8 or 9 live events, live UFCs, I should say. I've been to plenty of the wrestling shows. I've been to a few boxing matches. This is the 8th or 9th live UFC that I've been to, and it's definitely one of the best for sure that I've been to. I would probably put it in top 5 in all seriousness. I'd put it in the top 5.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was an awesome event, but I mean, I'm sure being there, like you've been to so many, so for you to say that that fight card in Orlando, I mean, you've been to Madison Square Garden.
I mean, that's number one. That's always gonna be number one.
That's always gonna be number one, but for you to, it'd be up there, right? It'd be up there with the exciting events.
Yeah, in terms of the excitement of the events, yeah, I'd say so. I went to UFC 205. I've been to UFC 211, which was in Dallas. That was cool. I would put that above this in terms of excitement, believe it or not, though. What else have I been to? I went to the broken fucking card in Brooklyn where Connor threw the fucking dolly at the bus, and that fucked up everything. That sucked.
Oh,
Dicks.
yeah.
This was way better than that.
Terrorist attack in New York.
Yeah. I've been to the UFC Tampa. This was better than that. I've been to 3 UFC Orlandos. See, that's where the trigger is. Like, which UFC Orlando is this the best one? It might truly be the best one. I'd have to go back and see the cards and go back and see the recordings that I did, because I still have the videos from when I first went in 2014 on my phone. I'd have to see what everything looked like. I mean, I've had similar seats for most of the time. I don't buy cheap seats, so I've always had great seats. So I'd have to really debate which one of the 4 Orlando shows this was better than, but this was certainly up there in terms of just exciting fights for sure. Exciting card.
I think, yeah, no, and that's dope. I think the next one I want to try to like coordinate. You know what I mean? Try to coordinate. Maybe I can get down there, and we could go to all one together.
You got to be high as a kite because you got your fucking anxiety, according to what you told me.
Yeah, I'll have to do a couple, I'll have to, but Florida's legal, so we're good.
Kind of. I mean, yeah, it's funny. Like the crowd was around me was wild. Like there was a crowd in front of me. Freaking, what's it called? There was some fucking white people doing blow on a phone in front of me.
Oh,
like,
yeah, you guys sent that in the chat.
Yeah, and then behind me, some fucking guy threatened to stab a woman because of some shit with a light, and her boyfriend just sat there like a fucking dweeb. Like, and I talk to people about that. They're like, I wouldn't escalate. I'm like, bro, it's like that's one thing. Even if you're gonna take the L, I think that's kind of like just a part of manhood. Like you got to defend your wife, bro. You got to defend your girl in that situation. Even if you're gonna take the L, and you got to, bro.
Yeah, but I look like you guys missed an opportunity.
You look like
you said it. You said it in the chat. You said that well, the only way we're getting on TV is if we fight or wave a flag. And I said, you should steal a flag and fight the guys you steal a flag from. Dude, you would be immediately on television, bro. You'd be barred from all events, but hey.
Yeah, that's not what I'm trying to do, buddy. I need to go to these events.
It used to be 15 seconds, but with TikTok and everything being so short, you get about like 2.5 seconds.
It's funny. So
you know what I mean?
It's funny. Early in the series, I believe it's for the second prelim fight, which we probably won't discuss. If I can go to it really quick. Yeah, it was the third one between Nathan Levy and Genaro Valdez, which is a good fight, by the way. Valdez probably had a broken foot, I think, as well. That was not mentioned whatsoever. He broke his foot in the round. Doctor came in and he's like, "Are you good?" And he's like, "Fuck it, let's go." And he still lost by unanimous decision, but Mexican pride right there, baby. Mexican pride. But so Levy is from Israel, and they had some guys with an Israel flag, and they walked all the way down to the entrance. Yeah. So they were waving the flag. Literally, not 10 seconds after they got down to the area, like right above it, and they were waving their flag. Security came. Jixie came, and he started recording. He's like, "Yo, they're being mad racist." And it was a couple black people. There's a couple black people telling these Israelis, "Yo, put your shit away and get the fuck out." They're like, "Are they booing them out?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't think that they sit there." And he's like, "Oh," and then we look, and he's like, "Oh, there's no seat there." I'm like, "Yeah, exactly. They don't want nobody fucking throwing trash on the fighters or shit. That's why they don't want nobody there." And he's like, "Oh, I was just recording just in case." He's like, "I'm gonna sell that shit to TMZ." That shit was funny.
That's awesome. That's hilarious.
We try, bro.
Oh man, that's good. All right, well, let's break down this guy. Let's start from the top here. Yeah, it's awesome. Next time too. Like maybe we'll do. We'll plan on a little bit. Maybe we'll get some in between fight breakdown videos. You know what I mean? Like we can kind of make something. I didn't want to try to. You and you guys were going out there to just hang out, and so I didn't want to try to like rain on your parade.
It's funny because like another thing that it's so annoying. That's one thing I will warn you about, Andy. When you go to these shows, there's so many idiots in the crowd that think they know like what they're talking about, and it's like, dude, like you're so fucking far off base. Like it's not even fun.
I don't think that would bother me. It'd be more like, I think it'd be more the confrontations and just, I don't know. Like I said, I would love to go. I mean, you know me and what I got going on. It's kind of more of a pipe dream, but hey, it sounds cool.
Yeah, one day.
it would be fun to do.
One day, Governor.
Like I said, I honestly, to be honest with you, if I were to commit resources into going to a show, I would really want it to be a one event. I think that would just be so cool. And I don't even want to go to one in the US. Like I kind of wanted to, but I really want to.
Yeah, you want to go to one in Singapore. You want to go to one in
Philippines. Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly.
Like
the Philippines would be. Oh, what, dude? Manila?
Yeah. You watch the fights, have a lady boy suck your dick.
Oh, whoa, bro. All right, dude. Hey, dude. Hey, and that is, guys, and that's Florida for you. That brought to you by Florida. That is a Florida mindset right there.
No.
Which is exactly why you had people doing coke in front of you at the fucking
straight up, bro.
That was some Florida shit right there. The guy got up and he's all like, "I'm doing coke," like he was just,
bro. He was like vaping like nothing, dude. Just even give a fuck. White privilege, I tell you.
Y'all are crazy down there in Florida, bro. This is y'all on another level down there. Every day the country's reminded of the brave heroics of crack and meth heads down there, because y'all got some amazing.
A1.
It's like this one website I used to follow. Like I used to follow a website. Ooh, let me follow a website around.
Back in my day.
Yeah, back in my day. But this one website used to, I think it was called like Florida Crimes or something like that. And every day it was like it was like people of Walmart. It was just a new like thing. And then it got like busted or called out because it was like, wait a minute. They were like taking shit from like Australia and being like, this is Florida. This is Tallahassee this morning. And you're like, wait a minute.
What the fuck?
Our lights don't look like those. Okay. Okay, so let's start it from the top, dude. Kevin Holland versus Wonder Boy.
Great entertaining fight.
What a great fight! Like that's
entertaining.
That was a fight of the year candidate for sure.
We were honestly like we're at that point exhausted.
So crazy live.
It was exhausting, but like we were exhausted. We're like, oh, thank God this event is starting. But it lived up. Everybody was on the edge of their seat watching the fight, dude. It was fucking great.
Heck yeah, yeah.
And again, shout out to Dixie. He called it like literally. He's like, I was like, damn. I was like, Holland's getting his ass kicked. He must be gassed. Like that was my thought. I'm like, yo, he must be gassed. His tank must have, I don't know, maybe not had a good cut. Who knows? And he's like, nah, dude, he's not throwing his hand. You not see? He hasn't thrown his hand since like the second round. I was like, are you serious? And we looked at him more, and he's like, yeah. And we kept looking at the screen in between the rounds. I was like, yeah, his hand's broke. So somebody behind us is like, oh, he's got broken ribs. And I was like, nah, dude, we got a broken hand. And he's like, oh shit, he's got a broken hand. Oh, you're right, it's a broken hand. So we're kind of travel fast if you know what you're looking for. So
yeah, and it was immediate. I mean, he pretty much quit on the stool. His corner, quit on the stool right there. The corner quit on the stool, but you know what I'm saying. The corner
big difference between like, I don't want to fight no more, and the corner's like, dude, you shouldn't fight no more. Let's live to fight another day. You're gonna fucking. Well,
yeah, but there's also like quitting on the stool is not the worst thing in the world, because in the show
it pretty much is. It pretty much is.
Is it?
It's yeah. Quitting on the stool is definitely like up there.
You know what's worse than quitting on the stool? Sitting on the stool past the fucking allotted time. That's the worst. Yoel Romero.
I don't think that.
That was the worst, bro.
I don't think that. You got away with fucking extra seconds sitting down, resting. It's better.
Yeah.
Bro, it's better than saying no mas. It is
because they throw fucking ice all over the fucking octagon.
That's smart. That's smart.
It is smart, but it was also kind of
disgraceful.
It's a little. No, it's a little disgraceful. Come on,
it's definitely not.
Yoel's a little bit of a cheater. He's a little bit.
That's fine, but it's still not more disgraceful than saying no mas. It's definitely not.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because saying no mas is a part of the rules. Saying no mas is a part of like, hey, you know what?
Do that, though.
This guy's better than me, and I don't have anything for him.
You don't do
what
that.
I mean? That's why I'm like,
you don't do that. You let the corner do it. You let the corner do it, bro.
Yeah, but Kevin Holland's the one. Kevin Holland's the fighter. That's why I say he quit on the stool, because it's not the corner who makes the decision. Corner could be like, hey, we don't want you to fight anymore. But it's still
the corner. The ref doesn't go to the fighter. The ref goes to the fucking corner at that instance. The fighter's always going to go. Bro, you know how many fighters get fucking decimated by a fucking head kick or or a Francis Ngannou punch and still want to fight?
The ref went to the corner?
No, in general, in that sequence, they go to the corner.
But in this, they didn't go to the corner. They went to Kevin Holland.
No, the end of the round happened. They what's it called? They looked at Holland, and Holland's in pain. He's in severe pain.
Don't argue me like you were there.
Okay. Okay. Not today, motherfucker. But no.
I can't say shit.
Yeah, for real. No, so he went over to the corner. Holland's in severe pain. The corner looked, and they're like, nah, you're done, Chief. And so they looked over at the Big Dan, and they're like, nah, he's done. He's done. The doctor walked up to Big Dan. He's done. Sure. Fight's over. That was that. But Holland's
it was a good
ever. I don't think that at all.
I just think I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. And honestly, there's been quite a few fights in the UFC where whether it's the corner or the fighter, you know what I mean? There could have been multiple attempts. Then maybe the corners, I mean, I understand the corners can throw in the towel. It just in my memory, I always remember
you don't see that
ref or a doctor talking to the fighter and being like, hey, you want to continue? You want to go? You never like
but you never see the fighter say no. Maybe actually
you do. You do.
Hale when she got fucking kicked by fucking by Holly Holm, I think.
It's so awesome, dude.
She was like,
come on. She was like, where's this Ronda Rousey knockout I've been hearing about? What?
No.
I mean, to be fair though, like Holly was kind of like being timid in that whole like up until that point almost. She was just kind of like, you know, she was just doing her thing where it was like, dude, she gets so like, you think I have anxiety? The anxiety that she has between the walkout and her getting in the octagon, bro, is more anxiety than any person has who has anxiety, dude. Sure, it's insane. She literally can't stop moving.
You could probably use her nervous farts in a gas chamber.
Oh, easily. You can kill. Yeah, you can take out some people with that for sure. You can drop it. You could drop some Zyklon style of gas coming out of her. But yeah, she's so fired up, dude. I don't even know when she gets in the octagon. But yeah, but then sometimes she does this thing where she gets real timid and she'll just be, you know, and it takes something like a Betchko Hey to be like, hey, come on. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, she was like, time to go. She just finished her. It was over.
No. Knockout.
So great. But going back to the fight, sorry. So Holland, yeah, Holland got overwhelmed and eventually had to succumb due to injury. We'll say it that way. But
due to injury. That sounds like he died in battle. Succumbed to the war.
He did die in battle. He died against Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy took his soul. He really did.
Let's break this down. A lot of people. You said we both called Holland. You called vicious ground and pound TKO. I called sub. And
yeah, but I said that Wonder Boy could outpoint him. If Wonder Boy's gonna win, it's gonna be through outpointing his ass and picking him apart.
We both,
and I just expected Holland to
grapple
him,
and he's like, "No, I don't want to. I don't want to win.
I don't want to win." That was the moment he lost that fight. Was when he's like, "Go."
He's like, "Get up, bitch!"
That was. That
I said that. I said that in the arena, dude. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh, he wants to die."
The crowd wants to lost its mind.
Dude, he had him perfect. Nope, didn't want it. Motherfucker. All right, well, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, and here Wonder Boy went, dude, because he went and he just there's a video. We can't, you know, obviously we can't share the audio or the video with, you know, so we don't get striked on YouTube. But there's a video that's on YouTube right now. It's called Every Kick Landed in Stephen Thompson versus Kevin Holland. And it is a minute 39 of every fucking kick that Wonder Boy lands on him, head to fucking leg.
It's crazy too, because if you look at Wonder Boy's face, it looked like if you look at Wonder Boy's face, it looks like he called to fucking looks like
Pride may have given that to Holland. Pride would have given it to Holland, possibly.
Yeah, if it was a decision, probably. No, like, bro, if you look at Wonder Boy's face, it looks like he literally called Holland the hard R. But if you look at the fight, he fucking kicked the shit out of Holland, dude. Like, he literally kicked the shit out of Holland.
He kicked the shit out of Holland.
This is the best he's looked in a while. Oh, this is honestly the best. Despite his face looking like shit, this is the best he's looked in a while, bro.
there's this one kick too that he does the question mark kick,
Yep.
and Holland has both hands up defending, and it just lands. Like it's like his foot stops right before the kick and just like goes move over, whack, and just like moves his hand out of the way.
So when you do a black belt test, right? I'll give you.
This video is insane. It's literally every time I watch it, it's just.
It is insane, bro. So I'm gonna give you insight into a black belt test. When you do a black belt test, one of the key things that you do, one of the key tests is like a precision strike, where basically you have to kick the guy in front of you. The guy will hold his hand out like this. For those watching on the screen, you'll hold your hand out to your ear and cover your ear so that way you don't get a concussion or you don't get a wobbly. Right. And so you hold your hand up to your ear. The guy's gonna do whatever kick is advised, and you have to go as hard as you can. And then stop, and then and you have to hit it, and you have to make a slap sound. It can't just be it has to be a slap sound as hard as you can without like just fucking waylaying your fucking guy. And so when I see Thompson do those kicks, those very precise, he throws them up and they touch, because again, it was mentioned, Thompson is a point fighter. He's not trying to fucking kick off a guy's head on many of his kicks. Some of them he is. Like those spin hook kicks, he was trying to fucking send Thompson, or he was trying to send Holland's head into the freaking stands. But any those round kicks, the question mark kicks, what's it called? Those side kicks, he's just as hard as he can trying to cleanly gather that point. And that's something that you saw throughout the battle on that Saturday. God damn.
You're right there, man.
Got a frog in my mouth, governor.
Yeah, frog in your mouth. Yeah, no, it was honestly, and it was a display of Wonder Boy's kickboxing prowess still. Like you said, it was weird that Holland.
I hate Derek Brunson, but I agree with him. Like, you're trying to out kickbox a 50-0 kickboxer. Okay.
100%. 100%.
Son of a bitch. I hate you.
He literally tried to outbox the best kickboxer in the UFC. Like, it's insane. Like, he literally did.
Madness.
I mean,
it's madness.
Yeah, speaking of kickboxing, it'd be amazing to see a kickboxing match with Wonder Boy and Izzy. That would be great. See, that's why it's like, dude, why the fuck can't we have that in UFC?
I would love to.
One is figuring it out.
Why can't we have
UFC be like, hey, let's set up just a fun match, a kickboxing fight for you know what I mean? No title on the line.
Raymond Daniels versus Stephen Thompson.
Yeah. Oh my. Well, Raymond Daniels not being in the UFC is. I mean, that's yeah. But if you go watch his ass in Bellator, besides him, kicking a guy in the nuts at a fucking 110 miles an hour, all of his other fucking highlights are fantastic. His last one, though, dude, Elon Musk rocketed that shit at his opponent's nuts, dude. It was crazy. His nuts actually popped through the cage on the other side. It was nuts.
Bro, it was like Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah. Like John Anik was like, never seen that one before.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna murder him. But yeah, dude, that was incredible that Holland tried to just go with the kickboxing. And I think it's one of these things you see it from a lot of fighters. It's like this pride thing almost, where it's like, no, I could beat this guy at his game. It's like, yeah, but there's multiple games. Why don't you play the other game that you know how to play? And that's what's crazy too. Is like it was clear that Holland had a better everything grappling wise than Wonder Boy. It's like I was joking the last podcast. I was like, when's the last time you think Wonder Boy did wrestling? What, high school? You know what I mean? It's like,
I was like, no,
he doesn't like he don't do grappling
with his brother-in-law at the table. I thought that, but
that dude, anytime there's wrestling, the shoes come out, that guy's fucking hitting the road, bro. That guy's out the gym. All right. I guarantee that. He ain't sticking around for that bullshit. And that's what he calls it.
Oh my God.
That is some bullshit to him. So yeah. I mean, there's a ton of those guys in the UFC though.
Yeah.
A ton of those guys for years. You'd hear about those dudes who just wouldn't train any other discipline. No other discipline besides wrestling. Or like Matt Hughes. People don't know this about Matt Hughes' camps. Matt Hughes' camps used to be like 95% wrestling that he's been doing since he was in high school and college, and 5% like hitting the pads.
No,
like that's it.
It's his fault. He should incorporate it in training. driving etiquette and learning and not to stop on train tracks.
Train crossing track etiquette. That's what he should have incorporated, but he didn't.
Fire the trainers.
And he didn't. So, and he didn't. But yeah, he definitely Big Mouth got hit in the head so many fucking times, man. And he was
fine. He was lucid. You could tell, especially in his post fight, you could tell how disappointed he was. I mean, bro, his biggest, you can't control getting fucking like viciously fucking like destroyed, your hand getting viciously destroyed. But you couldn't control the fact
that damage like that.
You didn't have to take the damage because all you had to do was wrestle. Wrestle. Fucking wrestle.
Yeah, but that was 4 minutes of getting outpointed and outstruck by one of the UFC's best kickboxers.
I can understand.
How many miles do you think that takes off of his career? Like, even though he was fine. Okay, he was fine this fight. But that means he's taking off stamina from his chin that he could be using somewhere else. Like, that's what Adesanya's real good at. You know what I mean? He doesn't do that. You know, he doesn't get hit like that. But yeah, it was kind of like blowing me away that Holland was.
He did it for the
corner.
He did it for
wasn't
the fans.
Even like, what are you doing? Go for the his corner was just like, try to kick him. Yeah, like what the fuck?
No.
Yeah, I'd fire his coaches if I was. First thing I would do is fire those coaches.
You stopped the fight and you didn't tell me what I should do properly in the fight.
Fuck you. Oh, you're definitely, if you're his coach, you're like, fuck, we're getting, all right, guys, let's find another one.
Oh my
God. Hey, I hear James Krause has got some fighters coming up. But yeah, that was a great fight. It was, if you haven't seen it, definitely worth a go back and watch for sure.
Yeah.
Let's do a what's next. For Wonder Boy, it's weird. It's one of these positions where it's one of these fights where the loser has more options than the winner. And it's really
isn't that a big strange? Yeah,
it's a bitch because it's the absolute truth. Because really, while Wonder Boy, he doesn't take an L, and he obviously that's good for him, but it's still the win doesn't do much. It really doesn't do much. And who is he going to fight? I mean, who is he going to fight that he hasn't fought?
Has he fought Burns? Has he fought Bilal Muhammad?
I think no, he hasn't fought Bilal Muhammad.
Well, there you go.
But we know what that's going to be. We know what that's going to be. He said something.
Bilal will wrestle.
I don't think this is the only thing I'll say this about Wonder Boy and what's next. From what he said at the Bilal will wrestle. From what he said at the post fight, it basically sounded like he's down to keep fighting, but he just kind of wants to do like kickboxing matches. I mean, fight whoever, but I think it sounds more like he would like to fight. Like, dude, I'd love to see him.
But how can you say you want the title and then say I only want to fight kickboxers? Motherfucker, the best guys in the fucking division will wrestle the dog shit out of you. Go ahead and face Usman again.
He said that. But they all say that, dude. I mean, freaking RDA just admitted that he's not going to the belt anymore. They all say that. I don't.
Yeah, but RDA is in the. I think he's in a little bit, not by much, but a little bit different than where Thompson is.
No, they're in the exact same place.
I don't know.
They're in the exact same place.
I don't know.
I'll prove it to you with the next point. But okay. All right, hold on to that. Okay. But yes, Stephen Thompson. I love to see him okay. He went against Luque, right? He handed Luque.
And everybody was talking about Luque being the next guy up.
Even me and you were saying that Luque was probably going to go in there and, start to send him out the door. And that's the thing. It's just like, if he does string together a couple wins, it's hard to deny him another shot, of course, especially. But that was
versus Leon will be good.
Yeah, but that was, no, it won't. It'll be Edwards grabbing him and fucking putting him down for like 5 rounds. Yeah.
I don't know if do I have the confidence in Edwards to do that over
Edwards
the entire
is not striking with him. He's going to hit him a few times to get in and make opportunity, but I don't see Edwards.
I don't know. He's been drilling that head kick, bro. He might be feeling himself. That's all he wants to do now is get head kick knockouts.
Let's take the grappling out. Let's say no grappling. Let's say, you know what?
Knockouts.
New segment idea. Stand and bang edition only. Let's say we just stand and bang them. Okay. Stand and bang fucking Stephen Thompson versus the top 10. Go for it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's crazy. Is literally the dude is that skilled still to this day. It's weird. It's one of those things where, and that's why I'm saying it's so crazy that even if he got a win, it's almost like, well, what do you do with him? You know what I mean?
He is gatekeeper.
It'd almost be clearer if he lost. You'd be like, well, you know, he's obviously on the way out, but he won. You're like, okay. It's almost like Glover. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see Thompson versus I'd love to see him against like I said, dude, I'd love to see him against Izzy. I'd love to see him in a kickboxing match, even though that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. I'm looking at the rankings right now, and it's just like, who do you even – I don't know. I don't see anyone on here that I'm just like, yeah, I want to see him fight that guy, and that's going to be a good fight. You know, like –
I mean, there'll be good fights, but, I mean, where does it get you? You know? Where does it get them? That's the question.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. No one wants to fight him, I don't think. No. You know what I mean? He's because he's one of those guys where, like, if you take the fight, it's like – it's almost like he's the underdog, but it's like he tricks you. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I'm not the underdog, motherfucker. I'm the A side. You're here to learn. You know, you're about to learn distance and control unless you grab me. But if you don't, I'm going to show you distance and control right now. Yeah. Yeah. But that was a great ass fight. And then, you know, what do we do with you know what oh wow, sorry. Holland, what do we do with Big Mouth? You know,
well, Holland wasn't even ranked coming into the fight, so I mean,
he's not even ranked, and he's coming off the Chimaev loss, which is not really too much of a loss, but still is technically. Yeah, this is definitely a loss.
Yeah,
you know, and so what's he on, a 2-fight skidder, 3-fight skidder?
I think 2.
Yeah. Either way, I
mean, they'll just give it. They're gonna give him. I think they'll give him a snowflake fight for him to just get back on the saddle, and once he gets the surgery. And he's clear because he's going to surgery. So once
I don't think he'll take it. I think he'll fucking like. I think if they gave him fucking like, Burns,
I think he'll take it.
I think if they gave him Gilbert Burns tomorrow, he'd be like, "Let's do it."
Oh yeah, of course.
I think he's crazy.
5 rounders, no wrestling.
Yeah. I think he's a crazy motherfucker. He really is. He's one of those guys. He breaks the mold. He doesn't stick to the traditional promo lines. You know, he's a company guy, but he's his own tide.
He would do great in Jake Paul's fucking league.
He'd be great in bare knuckle too. A bare knuckle would be
fucking great in bare knuckle.
I'd love to see. I'd love to see him in bare knuckle. Yeah.
Damn right.
Man, him and Mike fucking Perry. Hey, let him get out of there, Holland. Go make you some money in bare knuckle, dude. You and Barry can fucking headline the next 3 years of shows for them.
Oh my god, dude.
That would be crazy.
That would be fucking wild.
That would be bananas. But yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, let's move on. We got co-main event. Excuse me. RDA versus Brian Barberina.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
we both picked Barberina.
Yeah, we both picked Barberina.
Did you pick Dos Anjos? I thought you picked. I definitely picked Barberina.
No, oh yeah, I did pick. Yeah, you're right. I did pick RDA. I don't know what I'm thinking about. Yeah, I picked RDA. Yeah, RDA. I mean, it's hard to pick against RDA.
I mean, bro,
right. I went on this whole rant. I'm not going to pick against RDA.
I regretted that. I bet
you did. I bet you did. Yeah, I'm glad I picked RDA.
You're glad I reminded you that you picked RDA.
I was about to say. Yeah, I mean, and to be honest with you, I picked RDA, but I was still thinking that, there was a possibility that Barberina would come in there, and I don't know what the fuck I was thinking because he didn't.
No.
And RDA went in there and was just like, check this out. Go ahead, notepad. Go ahead, corner, notepad. You guys all write this down.
Bro, he looked great. He looked great. Great. I love this call out at the end too. I absolutely love this call out.
Yeah. Yeah, he
called out Connor, guys.
Oh, that's right.
He called out Connor. No, but I love what he said. He's like, Connor, 5 years ago, we were supposed to fight, and I broke my foot, and you went and you became champion, and now
you sound just like him.
I thank you. And so And we should fight now. Give him 2 months. Let him get whatever shit he's taking out of his system, and let's fight. Literally, fucking great.
Shot for shot, dude. That was.
Listen, I worked around a lot of Brazilians in my retail life,
and it shows.
Muito obrigado. Todo bem, todo bem, todo bem.
You're like an Italian Portuguese guy.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
como estás?
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I mean I forgot he called. I got confused with Delidze there for a second, but yeah,
we'll talk about him.
Yeah, we will. Him calling out Connor. I mean, it's he's like, yeah, where's the red panties at? You know what I mean? It's like he's still trying to.
I love the story. I also love the story that he said. He's like, I fought for the title 5 years ago. I defended my title against Donald. He fucking killed Donald that night. And he's like, guys like Usman and Ngannou, who I don't think I saw them. I was like, who the fuck are these fucking African guys? Whatever. Just fucking came in late, and they're fucking champions, dude. Yeah. And he's like, look at me, I'm still fighting. Look at me, I'm still fighting.
He was talking about that, how he came, they were coming in the younger class and all these guys, and they were on the prelims, and he was headlining cards, and now, you know what I mean? It's not like he's on the prelims yet, but it's still, it's just one of those things where it's just also too where you see our heroes, our old.
Hey, if they put Dominic Cruz on the prelims, they'll put anybody on the fucking prelims.
They'll put anybody on the prelims, dude. You know what I'm saying? Anybody.
Once they put Dominic Cruz on the prelims,
Dana White will be on the fucking prelims if he ever tries to fight.
Dana White Contender Series on the prelims.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I saw I saw somebody in the arena with a Dana White Contender Series shirt, and I thought to myself, what a fucking mark. That's literally what I said in my head.
I hope he's watching.
What the fuck, guy?
What a fucking mark.
What a fucking mark.
You of all people to say that is the audacity. A black hole was formed when you said that.
Depression.
Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
Oh God.
But I don't. They're not giving that to. They're not giving that to RDA, but I tell you what, it would be awesome if Connor was stupid enough. And I say that because if Connor came out and got dusted by Dustin twice in the current stage, he comes out and thinks he's going to have an easy night with fucking RDA, he's out of his mind. But he's not out of his mind because he's not even going to respond to that. Guarantee you. He's gonna
take some
trying to figure out how to not look so roided out right now. So he's
give him 2 months, let him get the shit he's taking out of his system.
Yeah, even he was like, yeah, let him fucking
everybody
talk about that. Remind me about that. Remind me about that at the end of the episode. That's something when you talk about. It's a huge loophole in
to get out of the pool
that a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah,
and so it's one of those things where
I read that article that
why Brock Lesnar used to retire. So, but yeah. It was a great fight. Going back to the RDA versus Barberina, it was a great fight. He gave Barberina no opportunity to do anything. I mean, that was the thing. Even by the time if Barberina would have been able to, he was so gassed by the pressure.
None. That was that was a fucking.
He got chain wrestled to death. It was
that was a lion.
Trip City.
That was a lion sacrificing one of its cubs for food.
Yes. Well, I don't know if it's his cub, but it was someone's cub. It was another cub.
He was daddy.
He was daddy. By the end, he was daddy for sure.
Or
uncle. What happened to uncle? No one says uncle anymore. It's daddy now. You know what I mean?
Hey, daddy's a thing. Daddy's the thing, bro.
It used to be like, say uncle. You know what I mean? Or you want to be included. Say auntie. You know what I mean? But now it's
back in my day.
Yeah. Back in my day.
Aged yourself, buddy.
Back in California.
I've been working
in the great state sunshine. The raisins just about.
Oh my God.
So same thing, what's next for RDA? I don't know. I mean, where does he go from here?
He still wants Connor. Whether he gets Connor or not, we'll see. I mean, you got to think you're going to give him a top 15 fight. I know he's not going for the title, but you got to think. Daniel Rodriguez, Michel Pereira, Chiesa. Didn't he beat Chiesa already?
I don't know, but that would be a good fucking fight.
Neil Magny and George Masvidal. Those are 15-11 in the welterweight division. He's not gonna get Masvidal, but 15-12, give him one of them.
Jalen Turner.
Do you want to put him against RDA?
I do. Because here's the thing.
Oh my god.
Out of all those guys, out of everybody I'm looking at right now, I believe Jalen Turner actually could beat RDA. I think he actually had the skills, not grappling wise.
Where are you looking? Because he's not ranked. Where are you looking?
Oh wow. Sorry.
I was like, that's one. Well, you know, he was at 155, so you're not.
Yeah,
totally
it's
off
because
base.
I'm looking at RDA being ranked at 155. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah, he's still ranked at 155.
Because he's ranked number 7 at 155 right now.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the murderer's row from fucking 6-1.
Yeah, but when's the last time he fought at 155?
The fight before last. He's fought recently. How else can you be ranked number fucking 7? For that matter, why is Conor McGregor ranked 14? When was the last time he fought at 155?
We know why Conor's ranked 14 because they can't rank him 15.
Bro, the only thing number 14 in fucking Conor's life is the amount of fucking pills he's taking per fucking set per what's it called, moment
per day. Yeah. He's like the Liver King times 15. You know, Liver King spending $12K a month on steroids. Conor's spending $12K a day.
No, he's not that fucking juiced. I don't think he's not Liver King juiced.
No, he's not Liver King juiced, obviously, but he's like getting there. He's got fucking 6 out of the 7 ancestral tendons down. You know what I mean? Like fucking this guy's got some juice or something going. So yeah. That's a whole nother debate. But yeah, I don't know. RDA, you know, where do you put him at welterweight, especially? I mean, it's like I said, I feel like him and Stephen Thompson are in the exact same position where it almost been clearer what to do with him if he lose. But because he wins, it's like, and he wins in the fashion that he wins, and it's hard. It's like Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo's the same, almost the same way where Anderson Silva did it for a long time too. He's just like still old. He's older, but he's still like murdering all these young guys and stuff like that. You know, still like just big brothering them all. So yeah, I don't know I don't know who, if someone's gonna have to really come in there and give RDA like a career defining loss, which I kind of thought was with who beat the shit out of RDA?
55.
Yeah, 155. It wasn't at 70. Can't remember. It was a while back. But anyway, since then, I mean, he basically has been a wrecking ball. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. Damn, I miss RDA in his prime too. He was
so good.
So good.
He was top 5 on the planet in his prime.
For sure.
In his prime. His last, I'll give you his fights. Let me see. Canceled. I wish there's more. Fuck. He's won his last 3 fights. He won a catchweight against Moicano. He got knocked out by Faziev. Never mind. He got knocked out by Faziev in his last fight.
Oh, right. Okay, that's right. Okay. Yeah. Well, still though. Yeah. I don't know what you do with him, but yeah, I mean, they'll figure it out. You know, they'll give him somebody. I give him somebody in the top 10 to 15.
Has to. Yeah.
You know. What about yeah, I mean, he even said himself, you know, he's not chasing the gold anymore. So I think
Magny just came off a loss, didn't he?
Who?
Magny. Didn't Magny just lose? No, Magny won. Never mind. Magny won.
Magny
won. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That would be a great fight.
That would be a great fight.
But that's the thing. I think RDA is at the point to where it almost sounds like he's just wanting to do big one-offs. Like it doesn't sound like he's wanting to help the division.
Yeah, he wants that Conor money. That's all he wants.
Yeah, he's not wanting to give his name up for.
Yeah, if he wins, he's gonna call out George. He's gonna call out Masvidal. Bet you.
I still think going back. I still think
Jorge Masvidal. We were supposed to fight 10 years ago. We didn't fight.
Oh, now dude,
we fight now.
RDA, you think You think a game bred is the Miami baddest motherfucker? You're the Brazilian baddest motherfucker? Is that what it is?
Yeah, BMF stands for Brazilian motherfucker.
All right. There you go. Thank you.
Hey,
That was good.
I tried, buddy. I tried.
Moving on. So that was awesome. Toss the ball. Where's the ball? So yeah. RDA he won that by death by chain wrestling. That's what I put in the note there. So moving on. Matt Snell versus Matheus Nicolau.
So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't catch much of this fight because this is around the time that the guys started fucking fighting at each other. So we kept turning around like every 5 seconds to see if somebody's gonna throw a punch or
oh wow,
woman's gonna fucking take her heel and stab his fucking throat with it. I don't know. So I caught him being waved off, and I didn't see much of this fight, quite frankly.
Damn, that's crazy.
I mean,
this was actually one of the most interesting fights on the card.
There was I get that. There was this fight, and then the other fight that I didn't see much of was the Angela Hill fight. I definitely used that as a piss break early on.
Well, from what you guys were saying during the card, it sounded like everyone.
I want to talk about the crowd for 2 seconds before we continue. The crowd were pieces of shits, dude. Like literally, like I get it. Like, you know, you want to see action, but bro, you know the disrespect to just take your fucking phone out and start waving your cell phone, like waving your cell phone light out. They start doing fucking the wave. Motherfuckers started doing the wave during the Angela Hill fight. That was funny considering Angela Hill, you know, no disrespect, she's just a boring blah fighter. So freaking what's it called? They did it again during the Hermanson fight. They did it again during the Schnell fight. They didn't even they didn't even wait more than a minute and a half where they started fucking doing the woo. Didn't even give them a minute and a half, bro. And like I said, I know I didn't catch a lot of the fight because I was busy to see if there's gonna be a fight 7 rows in crowd. But I mean, yeah, I'm like, bro, it's so disrespectful, bro. So fucked up. These motherfuckers were fucking savages. And you know, that's like the curse of having a great fight card with a lot of finishes. Is like, oh, why aren't you guys punching? It's only fucking 25 seconds. You should be fucking throwing haymakers. Yeah. Somebody's gotta go. No.
It's like, why did you buy a ticket? Like, what the fuck?
Bro.
Why are you here? Do you know what you came to?
It's ridiculous, dude. And I was like,
that's
I
similar
laughed because of the live experience. It's funny. But the reality of it is like, it was like, I was talking to my friend and she was watching the fights of wherever she was watching them. And she doesn't normally watch fights. And she's like, oh, the crowd is like got their cell phones out. And I was like, you know, it's actually really fucking disrespectful. I was like, so when Angela Hill won, I was talking to people around me. I was like, yo, I really hope she gets on the mic and says, fuck you, Florida motherfuckers. I hope another hurricane comes and fucking flattens your town. Fuck you. Like, I was hoping she would say that. I would forever be an Angela Hill fan if she told all the Floridians, I hope your fucking the houses get flattened by a fucking tornado and a hurricane, motherfuckers.
Wow. But she didn't say that.
She didn't say that. No. She
smart,
didn't get an interview. They moved on to the next fight.
And that was smart by her. That was good logic by her to not say that in front of the crowd.
Bro, if I was ever a fighter, I swear to God, I would Charles Barkley myself. I'd be the Charles Barkley of fucking interviews.
No, you'd be the Dennis Rodman.
No, I won't think I'd be fucking like high as a kite, fucking having orgies every fucking.
Do you think you'd be Charles Barkley?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm not
Charles Barkley's beloved. What are you talking about?
He's beloved because he was a fucking asshole. He's like, I'm not a role model. That's the best thing he ever said is I'm not a role model.
I don't think he's an asshole. I think he's actually like a very he's a level-headed, logical, like regular guy. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Like you know, like who did
It's 2022. They think we're pieces of shit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you look at, like, I don't know, like, he doesn't try to be anything he isn't, right?
You're right.
Like, I feel like a lot of other, like, celebrities, or like even Shaq, like, as a polar opposite, you know, Shaq's, like, very concerned about, like, how things look in his, you know, I don't know. Yeah. Just, like, because even watching, like, NBA Tonight, like, I don't watch NBA. I've never watched, when I was growing up in Louisiana, we had the Hornets. I went to a couple of games. I just never was one who would watch basketball unless I was there or playing it. I played it as a kid, but
yeah,
I have watched NBA Tonight for years. Years, bro. Like, and not even knowing what these guys are talking about.
Yeah.
But could not stop watching because of Barkley and Shaq.
Barkley and Shaq, bro. They're dynamic.
It's a dynamic duo. They're so good together. Yeah. They're just, you can't stop watching them. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
I don't know. I've been watching them for so long. It feels like yeah, Charles, like Barkley is like way more of a down to earth, like dad, like kind of like guy, you know what I mean? Like he's not ashamed of his past. He's not trying to like be like, yeah, holier than thou. And he'll definitely make like, you know, he'll definitely make a San Antonio lady joke, you know what I'm saying? But like Shaq is, you know, he kind of, you know, he gets upset, you know, he's sensitive a little bit, you know what I mean? He gets, dude, whenever a great moment on that show is whenever they're asking Shaq what other celebrities does he get mistaken for? And fucking Chuck goes, who, Shrek? And fucking everyone on the set bust out laughing except for Shaq. He's like taking his glasses off, trying to see who's laughing behind the set and shit. It's so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny. I recommend that video all day. That and the one where he theorizes about the distance, the time it would take to get from the Earth to the moon. That one is fucking great too. But anyway,
Oh my god.
Back to the fight. Matt Schnell versus Nicolau. Yeah, this was a really good fight. A little side note: Schnell had to cut his hair just to make weight.
All his hair.
All his hair. Yeah, didn't he try half at first or some bullshit like that? He tried to like do. I think he tried to go half or something.
All he needed was the
shave it all.
You just needed the gooch hair. That's all you need.
Yeah, you just get that stuff. Yeah, get that crap out of here. You know, nobody needs that. But yeah, he did make weight. But it wasn't enough. The haircut wasn't enough to help him because he just went in there and tried to. I don't know if he was trying to bulldog him or if he was just trying to rush attack him. But Matheus Nicolau was just 1-2 steps ahead of him every time. I mean, bang.
He was calm. He was calm.
He was
very calm.
He was totally fine. Just every time, bang, bang, catching him in. He'd stand on the outside, bang, bang, catch him again. I mean, it was literally like it was like you would be teaching a class how to counter. You know, it was insane. Like I couldn't believe how many times. And then the corner advice, they didn't once, I don't remember it, in between the fight, be like, hey, you're totally cutting in on his lead angle, because that's basically what he was doing. Yeah, and he was getting caught on the line. Yeah, and it was just So it was one of those fights where it was almost kind of irritating to see Schnell just continually do the same thing over and over again. Even it was almost more irritating than it was satisfying to see fucking Nicolau, you know, just hit him with the crisp counters, but he was hitting him crisp. Yeah, crisp. He was crisp with the counters. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was. And then he caught him with an overhand right to the dome at the end. Yeah, and just flatlined him. You know what I mean? And then just finished him at the end. You know, they called it off, but he was pretty much done when he hit the ground. Yeah, you know? Yeah. So, and then, you know, that fight, it definitely, I didn't think it was going to go that way. I honestly thought Matt Schnell was going to come in and kind of wrestle him out a little bit, but he didn't seem to even get that opportunity. He just, well, not opportunity. Like I said, he just kept rushing. He didn't even give himself the opportunity. Yeah. Just kept rushing in and kept getting banged and bonged on the way in. So, yeah. And eventually it was too much. Another interesting note, Mateo is actually out of contract. He's a free agent right now. Yeah. So, which I think he'll sign with the U. He'll sign back. I think he'll resign.
Yeah, if you're gonna go to 125, you're either going to one or you're gonna go to UFC. You're not going to Bellator for 125. No one.
Big John was saying, John McCarthy was saying that, you know, that I guess that kind of shit happens all the time. You know what I mean? I'm sure it happens in other sports and shit too. But it's like he
said that so we can get some public support. Like, hey, sign this guy. Hey, give him some money. You know, whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Get that Brazilian money.
I mean, dude, if he's performing like that, the thing of that's what's crazy though, is you can have a performance like that, and if you don't really have a voice, it's almost like you can go
fuck off
unnoticed. You know, in the UFC,
fuck all the way off, no problem.
But all right, let's move on. Man, this next one was hurtful. You know, Tuivasa versus Pavlovich. Dude,
I laughed. I laughed. Me and Jixie both laughed because let me tell you what, Tuivasa was clear and away the most supported fighter on that show, on that card. Every single person stood up. There was a guy at the end of the row who brought another shoe just to do a shoey. He had a fresh beer, he had a shoe, and he had to continue drinking his beer from his cup and not the shoe because Tuivasa got fucking massacred. And I laughed because on top of that, the guy fucking Pavlovich Russian, so he's getting the fuck boot out of him. USA, 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 pop, 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 pop. Oh, and I just laughed. I laughed.
Yeah, he was just getting. Yeah, no, it was insane. Pavlovich is a problem. He's a problem.
Big.
He's a big fucking problem for the heavyweight division. Everyone just found out. That was his coming out fight.
Yeah, we picked Ty and we both had egg on our face, dude.
Yeah, big egg. We've had, bro. You know what though? Everyone fucked up on this card. A lot of people picked
bro.
A lot of people picked the other way, but yeah.
But
Pavlovich is he could be the next Cyril Gane. Seriously. He could be the next Cyril Gane. He could easily be a guy who's going to come in and wreck most dudes in the top 10 because he's, I mean, look, dude, if you could stand like that with Tuivasa, all right, it means you could stand like that with Lewis. You could stand like that with probably most of the guys in the division. And
like that with Gane, definitely Stipe.
Cyril Gane, you know.
Curtis Blades.
And Stipe, I would say.
You can stand with Stipe if you can stand like that. Tuivasa.
No. He could stand with Stipe, but I think Stipe would give him problems. I don't think Blades would.
Stipe and Gane are the most well-rounded fighters because they could do everything. Curtis Blades is really only good at wrestling. And so,
how can you say that though if Ngannou out-wrestled Gane?
Huh?
How can you say that?
I didn't even say anything about
out-wrestled.
I didn't say anything about it. I didn't say that. I said Gane and Miocic are like the best fighters in that are numbered because they can do everything.
I'm sorry. I thought you said the only the only.
No. They're the best fighters. Blades is really only good at wrestling. Ty was only really good at throwing punches, throwing a left and a right. That's really about it. Aspinall has been hurt because of his knee injury.
Don't forget about the shoe.
Okay, and he's good at drinking beer. Okay.
Out of a shoe.
Okay, out of a shoe.
Called a shoey.
Indeed it is.
You really, honestly, I would have at that point, if I were you and Jexy, I would have left. I would have no shoey. I'm out of here. What the fuck are we doing? Get out of here, dude. You know what I mean? Nah, I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean?
For those fucking tickets. We ain't fucking leaving. We paid $200 for those motherfucking tickets. We ain't leaving.
You're like, fuck that shoe. But dude, if he would have won, he would have got on top of that cage and drank that shoe.
Oh, it would have been a fucking party.
You boys in Florida would have been fired up, man. Y'all would have been excited. That would have been fired up, dude. I would have been like, what? Yeah. And then he would have told y'all where y'all going after and shit.
I stopped drinking. I think it was either right before that fight or after that fight. I finished my drink. No, it was right before that fight. I stopped drinking.
I have a curious question about drinking at the UFC events. How much are alcoholic beverages there?
It's expensive.
I
bought a White Claw. It was $11 for a single White Claw.
Yeah.
I bought a High Noon and it was like $15. And then Jixie bought me a White Claw while he was at like at the pizza stand to get us like a little personal pizza, and it was $14. So I spent 14, 11, that's 25, another 15, that's 4. I spent $40 on 3 drinks. That's just seltzer. That's not even fucking like double alcohols that I would love to get, but cost like 20 plus a pop for a double.
You almost paid the same amount for snacks as you did the poster.
Yeah, basically. Basically
between the both of you.
Something like that.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, no, I was curious about that because I'm like, I know at most sporting events and shit like that, like the concessions are always
you just know you're gonna fucking spend stupidly amount. That's why it just pays to get fucking it pays to get really fucking tipsy before you get in the show. Sure. And then you could buy some food because the food, you could justify spending excess money on food. But I wouldn't.
Now, do you snoop down to the level ever to sneak some? It's hard when you're a guy. Girls can get away with it a lot easier. You know what I mean? You go to the liquor store and you get the shooters, pop them in the purse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, the best thing that you could try.
You could bring coke in. So I mean.
Yeah, but you stick it in your shoe. Yeah, you stick it in as a guy. Anything that you have there, as long as you put it in something that's plastic and isn't going to be triggered, or if they don't have any dogs, then you could just put it in your shoe.
That's true. The dogs will give you an issue.
Like Jixie talked about his gauze and his trauma kit. He put that shit in his boot. So
yeah, that's a smart move too. That guy's ready for trauma.
Not if it's hitting in his head.
And that's a good point too. But then you could take get out of his boot in case you need it.
No, so you're right.
Thinking of you in the long term.
You're right.
Thanks, Jixie.
Appreciate
So,
you,
but yeah, Shuivasa, man,
got wrecked.
just got wrecked. He
Wrecked.
got caught coming in, swinging and banging, and got banged himself. You know,
Hard.
it happens. Hard, it does happen. But yeah, he got. Like I said, this isn't much. I don't think it says much about Tuivasa. I don't think it has much impact on his what's next or whatever. This is more about Pavlovich.
I don't know, dude. What was next would have been a fucking shot against Gane if he had beat Pavlovich, I think. Truthfully.
Which would have gone terribly. And
it would have definitely gone terribly.
So, okay. I'm all right. You know what I mean? Like, because, yeah, that's like unless he would have caught him with one shot, of course. You know what I mean? But let's be honest here. Yeah, Gon and Tuivasa, fucking 3 different levels of technique.
Yeah, well, I mean, they fought already.
Cardio.
They fought already, but he gave him a shot. So I was hoping that if he would have got this win, he probably would have gotten it. I wouldn't have shocked me probably if they would have done like one more fight before Gon, like they would have had him fight Blades,
dude,
and that would have been the fucking other test. Fucking,
you're making my wheels spin now because now I'm thinking about what it would be like to watch a fucking presser between Gon and Tuivasa. I think it would be fucking awesome. Because
they fought
that's right. They did fight in Houston. What am I talking about, dude?
Yeah, they fought in Houston, and fucking, it was a great fight. So
it was a great fight. Yeah,
thinking like he'd get a rematch.
Gon came out to. That's right. Yeah. Oh, it's all coming back now. Gon came out to. I can't remember the rapper, the Houston rapper. He came out to like one of Houston's like biggest rappers. Like he came out to one of his songs.
Was it Paul Wall or was it Mike Jones?
No, I don't believe it was either one of those guys. But
was it DJ Screw?
I don't. Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, it might have been him.
Right.
Might have been him. But I know when he went in, he took Tuivasa's soul. I mean, he took Lewis's soul. Wait, Tuivasa and Gon didn't fight. What are you talking about? When did they fight? You're talking about Lewis and Gon.
No, I'm talking about Tuivasa and Gon. Tuivasa and Gon fought fairly recently. Give me a second. Tuivasa versus Kane. In September. They just fought in September. Huh?
And Gon wrecked him?
And it's in the second round. But Gon almost got put out. That's why I wanted to see that fight again. Because Gon almost got put out.
I can't remember that fight at all. I'm just
fool.
That fight.
Yeah, fool. Yeah, fool. Come on, Governor. We got a little bit to go.
I feel like that fight. Yeah, no, I hear you. But I feel like that fight would still go, I don't know, Gain's way. I feel like it would still go Gon's way.
It probably still would.
You know?
Hey, unrelated to fighting. Look what came in the other day.
Whoa. What we got here?
Shoe reveal? Khaled's?
No.
This also came in the mail for me today.
The fucking famed DJ Khaled versions, dude.
The DJ Khaled's. DJ Khaled.
We the best music. Wow, dude. Okay, so that's the exact one you sent in the chat then. Nice. We the best.
They're on the shoe, motherfucker. It came with silver. Good. I'm glad it came with fucking silver.
We the best.
Came with black.
We the best music.
And off-white. Interesting. I might do
we
the
best podcast.
We are the best podcast, motherfuckers.
We are.
I like the gray. I might do gray. Truth be told, I'll do gray. I'm glad they came with the second pair of shoelaces. But this thing is like nice, dude. The box is nice. The shoe is nice. This shoe cover alone is just fucking awesome. They only reserve these for like really, really exclusive joints. This particular shoe cover. So I'm super thrilled for sure. I got this shit. Zero doubt. Anyway, let's keep going while I put this back.
Yeah, good shoes. Thanks, DJ Khaled. Moving on. We got Jack Hermanson versus Roman Dolidze.
We were both wrong on this one too, Governor.
Yeah, we were both wrong on this one for sure. Well, we were kind of picking with it. I knew Dolidze was a problem. I wanted Hermanson to win, but yeah, Dolidze.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, it was almost another. It's crazy. We had a RDA dominated Barberina. Holland dominated. Wonder Boy dominated Holland.
Yeah.
Pavlovich dominated Shuivasa, although it was very short. I feel like if it would have been long, it would have been very similar. And then, Delidze dominates Hermanson. I mean, he just really.
I didn't expect that at all.
Me either. I knew he had skills, but
yeah,
not like that.
Same. Yep. Same.
I mean, he literally almost Kamzad him, dude. He did throwing him around.
He did.
At one point, I mean, Hermanson was just bellied up and literally just waiting for the ref to call it. You don't see that out of Hermanson.
No,
bro. That is so weird. So Delidze must be a demon in order to fucking make a guy like Hermanson quit, dude.
Yeah, he made the gatekeeper. He made the gatekeeper of the division quit.
Yeah, I mean it's not the same as making like a Gustafsson quit, but you basically making the Gustafsson almost of that division in a way quit.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe that's Hermanson. Maybe it's just Hermanson. He's just on his way out. He's done. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, after getting
Delidze wasn't even ranked though. Delidze wasn't even ranked.
Yeah, he will be now.
Damn right he will be.
He called out Chimaev, but
he's not gonna get that fight clearly. He will not get that fight clearly.
What's crazy too is even watching his work in there, even watching his grappling technique and seeing how good he was and how much he was able to school Hermanson. It's but Hermanson's not the best grappler. He's all right. He's pretty good. He's not the best grappler. And against a Chimaev, dude, I think he would fucking throw Delidze up in the air.
Probably, bro.
You know what I mean? I think he would grab him and just be like, yeah.
I mean, bro, the guys below Jack Hermanson's Darren Till at 9. And then the guys above him, Strickland, Costa, Brunson, Vittori, Cannonier, Whitaker, Israel. So you're going to start with either Darren Till if he wins his next fight. I can see that matchup. Sean Strickland if he's not doing shit. Paulo Costa, Derek Brunson, Vittori if you really want to fucking go ham. Yeah. Save him for Cannonier, Whitaker, and Adesanya, the murderer's row of the division.
Yeah, honestly, whoever, like you said, there's just put him up against anybody like that, any of those guys, and let's see what he does. I mean, if he did that against Hermanson, that's the first level. Let's see where he's at. If he's on that next tier, we're gonna know for sure. But I hope he's ready for the next tier because this was definitely his coming out fight.
For sure.
And this was this is one of those things where it's guys shouldn't take short notice fights. This is one of those reasons why they should. Yeah, dude. No one even knew who he was before this card, really. And now he's coming in. He's on the main card. All of a sudden, he was fighting. He's been struggling on the prelims for forever. Struggling for feuds, not struggling for fights. Yeah. But I mean, struggling for fights too, because not a lot of people want to fight him, especially when you're that good and you're brand new. No one wants to fight you.
Yeah, of course not.
So yeah, that's it's gonna be a lot. He's definitely a problem for that division. Yeah, if he's as good as he looked in that fight against anybody else. He's definitely a problem for that division.
It's too bad Izzy's not the champion.
Yeah. Well,
maybe soon enough. We'll see on the rematch.
That to me, in my opinion, I don't know what they're going to do with Izzy. I think they're trying to figure it out right now. They're trying to figure out whether it's it best to give him the rematch.
Yeah.
If he wins the belt, then it works out. If he doesn't, it really doesn't work out.
No.
You could let him recoup and get some more fights, and
yeah.
I don't know but if I'm Izzy, I'm taking the rematch because the chances of you getting back to the belt, man, you never know, why, I wouldn't take that chance.
Be on the sideline. You should. Well, if
you never get another shot?
If he loses, it's time to do a John Jones. Go take a break. Go bulk up. Go to 205.
100%. No, he should go to welterweight. Bulk up and go to welterweight. It'd be like showing him getting jacked. Be like, Izzy, you training for 205? Welterweight. Going down there. Can you imagine, bro? No, fuck welterweight. He goes light. The next day, Izzy comes out and be like, I'm going lightweight. Everyone in lightweight division is like, what? Everyone in lightweight division is like, what? Well, excuse me. But yeah. All right, well, let's move on to the next one. Eric Anders versus Cal Dukakis.
Dukakis was sloppy. Dukakis was very sloppy.
Yep. Not Dukakis. Sorry, I do this all the time. Dawkins.
Yes, Dawkins. You just want to say cock somewhere in there.
Guilty as charged.
There you go.
But yeah,
no, he was very sloppy with his takedowns. Jixie pointed out to me he was just kind of just he was just bull rushing in there. He wasn't using any real technique. Anders stayed very technical, picked his shots very well, and then fucking dropped the hammer on his ass and fucking put him out.
I'm sorry, my phone fucking just came up and started playing it. Yeah, he really jumped up. Oh wow, and it's still doing it. It I was trying to respond to this fucking notification. Someone
you can't. Yeah, you can't do
my
that.
Bad.
Sort of thing because it'll go straight to the video. You got to do it outside of the fucking video itself.
Okay. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, Dawkins, he just yeah, it was similar to the Schnell versus Matheus Nicolau fight, where it was just, he was just kind of rushing. But Anders, here's the thing with Anders. Anders is one of those guys where you don't know if he's going to like be on or if he's going to not, you know what I mean? Like what he's going to do. And so you got to be careful, when you're game planning against a guy like that, because he also could come completely in shape, ready to go. And if that happens, the guy,
and that was definitely him.
That's what happened.
Definitely him. He was in fantastic shape.
Mm-hmm.
He was in great shape.
Came
this
in
is a great look for Anders for sure.
Yeah, and against a guy over a Kyle Dawkins who's no slouch. He's no slouch at all. I mean, honestly, I thought Dawkins was winning this for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Eric Anders, dude, and I love Eric Anders. I love his vibe. I love the way he fights. He's got a good style.
Yeah.
Seems like a good dude. You know what I mean? But he came out firing. He came out on all cylinders, and he really took it to Dawkins.
Sure enough, did.
Just picked him apart, and when he landed heavy. He was landing shots with power in the gloves.
Yeah, but he was precise. He picked his shots well. He countered well. He defended the takedown well. Dawkins was sloppy. And that's what happened.
Yep. What's next for Anders, you think?
Another fight similar to that, gotta think. And if he does the same thing, then maybe you give him a top 15 after that.
I mean, you don't think you can give him a top 15 guy now after he does that with Dawkins?
What's his last fights look like? That's the question.
I mean, cool, because Dawkins is, but it's also like, I guess Dawkins isn't ranked, right?
Yeah, exactly. So his last fights, he's got 2 fights in 2022. He beat Dawkins and he beat Park Jun Young. In 2021, he ended on an L against Andre Muniz, who's ranked 10 in the division as it stands right now. He got dominated, looks like, in that fight at UFC 269. And he beat Darren Stewart via decision in 2021. So he is, 3-1 in his last 4 fights. If you count 2020, he's 3-2 in his last 5 fights because he lost to Krzysztof Jotko.
That's right.
So
you know who would be good against?
Oh,
Chris Curtis.
Are they in the same division?
Yeah, middleweight.
Oh,
yeah,
I can see that.
Him and Chris Curtis, that'd be a good fight, actually.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm looking at the division right now. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I like him versus Chris Curtis. I also like him versus Brad Tavares, and that's 14-15 right there. So I say that would be his next fight. To be honest, break him in. If here's the thing, if the guy gets on a run and he gets into these, if he starts getting on a couple camps where he's in this mode, that's where you want to capitalize on it. You know what I mean? You don't want to let him sit for a year or two and not fucking, you know what I mean? If you're his team anyway, so if I'm his team, I'm vying to try to get him in the top 15 now, you know what I mean? And maybe in 3 fights from now, you could be looking at a top 10 or a top 5 matchup,
Makes sense.
It makes a sense. So, but that's it for the main card. Any prelims, I didn't get a chance to catch all the prelims.
Prelims are fun as well. I'll run down them. Give me a second. I'll run down them really quick for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know there's Angela.
Oh no, you missed one fight on the main card, which was my fight of the night up until the main event, sir. You missed Nico Price and Phil Rowe.
Oh, I did. You're right.
And that was a great fight. That was my fight of the night up until the main fight.
It's on the prelims on my card over here. Sorry, my bad.
No, if you look at the ESPN side, it's the first fight on the main card, and that's what it opened up with. And it was a banger, bro. Phil Rowe is a hometown kid from Orlando, and he put on Nico Price. Right. Fucking Nico Price. Oh my god, he was doing so well, and it was really the tale of two fights. Phil Rowe came in, did really well in round 1. Nico Price came back, did really well in round 2. Had him kind of on the ropes toward the end of the round. And then round 3, Phil Rowe just came in. Nico Price was exhausted. Phil Rowe just found that extra fucking bit of oomph in him. He found that other gear that he needed, and he put out an exhausted Nico Price. And Nico Price is always a tough out to like put out just because of his tenacity and his grit. But Phil Rowe found it in him, and he found that dog in him. And yeah, and then, you know, on top of that, it was really emotional. Since you didn't see the fight, you didn't see his post-fight interview. He talked about his mother who's going through cancer treatments.
No, I saw that too. Yeah,
you saw that too, bro.
Oh, yeah. I just completely, my brain just went.
Yeah, I almost got emotional. I was like, wow. I was like, that was real. That was so real. Yeah. You know, from not being from here, but living here for so long, he called out places that I know that I've been to, and I'm like, wow, this feels like I'm part of like, you know, home. Like, this is fucking cool. Yeah. So that was my fight of the night up until the main event. So. In terms of the rest of the card itself, Angela Hill and Emily Ducote, it's an Angela Hill fight. Self-explanatory. Clay Guida defeated Holtzman via decision. In my opinion, I think Clay Guida did have that. Holtzman definitely put up a hell of a fight, though. It's a shame that that's how he went out because he did retire after this fight. Michael Johnson and Mark Diakise had a fantastic fight. Johnson was a clear winner. I have no idea why Diakise thought he was going to win that. But regardless, that was a good fight. Darren Elkins got fucking mollywopped against Jonathan Pierce. Jonathan Pierce fucking hit the fucking damage on notice, and the damage was himself. He loved it, and the great fan interaction. He's fucking wiping his blood, like, yeah, let's go, like his good what's it called, BJ Penn impression. But it was not enough. Jonathan Pierce mollywopped the shit out of fucking Darren Elkins. Natan Levy beat Gennaro Valdez. As I mentioned before, Valdez had a broken foot going in the 3rd round, so we saw a bit of Mexican pride, and that was cool as fuck. Francis Marshall kicked the shit out of Marcelo Rojo, and that was a little bit of a shocker, all things considered. That was Francis Marshall's first fight in the UFC, and he knocked him out in 1.25 minutes. And he knocked him out pretty fucking convincingly. One hitter quitter. And then followed. Well, I don't know if he did follow up and got the follow up, or they stopped him before the follow up, but he was out like a light when he hit the mat. So that's a name to look at, Francis Marshall. And then the opening fight of the contest was Yasmin Jauregui beating Estela Nunes via knockout in the 2nd round. It was accumulation. Yasmin did a great job of controlling posture and position against Estela when she was on the ground trying to deliver that ground and pound, and she got the win that method. So very good set of prelims, I'd say, and then complemented by the fantastic main card that we received.
Yeah, dude. No, it was a really cool card, and it was awesome that you got to go kind of, you know, give us your personal spin on it and even see it live in person.
Yeah, dude. Nothing like it.
Nothing like it, man.
Nothing like it, Governor. Nothing like it.
Nothing like it, mate.
Not at all.
Not at all. Let's just shout at each other and repeat things. All right.
All right, Governor.
In British accents, yes. Are you from the south of Liverpool, sir? Are you a Scouser?
I mean,
don't get knocked out. Right, that wasn't a good one.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Me dog, he took a nasty shit. Me dog. Are you partying the party? I am, yeah. Oh, don't worry about it.
Oh, don't worry about it. Sorry, me dog. You took nasty shit.
You sure?
I can't even pick it up with my hands.
Sure, if you get a little bit of water, I'll throw it on there. No, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I'll do it when I come home. Oh, you're patty now.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you.
That fucking video was awesome.
Oh,
God bless you, Patty. Oh, man. Hey, thanks for all the comments, my man. Hey, what's up, Davey? My buddy's comment on here, so shout me out.
Hey, see, this is live, baby. This is live.
My bad. I don't even have the comments up. My mom's all comment. Hi, Mom. Sorry. Thanks, Mom. That's so sweet. Oh, man. Well, dang, it's been a good show. I feel good about it.
I know,
But and it ain't even over. It ain't even over, Rover. But yeah, check out the UFC card, UFC Orlando, guys. Huge, great card. I mean, I know we always say that every week. We say, "Hey, go watch the fights," but I mean, I hope you guys feel like we have a little bit of credibility. If it's a bullshit fight, we ain't watching it. You know what I mean? Or don't go watch it. You know, it's just why, you know, it's just like we're not gonna waste time on the prelims if the fights aren't worth like even breaking down and covering. You know what I mean? Like there's so much MMA content out there now where as a MMA fan of the old days and now what it is now, we are so spoiled, but we also have the ability to just pick from so many different fights. And, you know, even though we try to break these cards down every week, I feel like we're going to eventually start getting to where we're breaking down the other events as well and not getting into breaking down every single UFC card bit by bit. There's one out there. One is something I really would like to get into covering more. And I don't know. In a couple of weeks, we'll probably have a friend on come on. We'll have someone come on and give us a little bit of a one breakdown in their next show, which is January.
On, not on us. Just kidding.
That's right. maybe on you, bro. I'm married though. I can't be doing that kind of. I don't have that kind of umbrella, LA.
No, sir. We just lost 3 followers because I made that joke.
Yeah, dude. Good job on that, bro. Thank you for that. Yeah, I'm sure. Don't go back and listen to anything else you've ever said. All right,
guys. So let's get to our major
news. We got into major news. Major news breaking this week. This is like the biggest thing of the week. Nate Diaz given the keys.
That's not the fucking biggest news.
Whoa. I mean, I thought you'd be excited.
Let's talk about goddamn James Krause being mayor.
Hold on. The mayor of Stockton literally gave him the
I don't give a fuck if it was St. Andrew coming down from heaven to give him the key to
Nick and Nate Diaz now have the ability to grow marijuana in every building in Stockton, California. They have the ability to literally, with the city keys, take property of the building and grow marijuana inside of it. That's and sit outside of that building and smoke joints and talk about fighting all day.
Oh God. You're wasting my time, Andy. Come on.
And it's so not wasted right now. Oh man. Okay. All right. Well, you won't give me anything on the Diaz. Maybe I have another story you might be interested. You may have heard that a coach / ex-fighter named James Krause, you may have heard his name come across in the news this week. A huge Mount St. Helens event of news is coming from this latest drop. You know, it's been a couple years. Every once in a while, you kind of hear little rumblings about gambling and betting in MMA and in boxing too, but you don't. It never makes mainstream. No one ever talks about it. ESPN certainly doesn't run articles about it.
Right.
And this is much different. Much different.
Bro, this is like Snowden NSA shit.
This is like some Snowden NSA shit where I feel like this is going to change the sport as a whole, like quicklier or fastlier. Let me say it even more wrong. Fucking yeah, it's going to change the sport at a huge pace. I think it's going very quickly. And it's going to change a lot about it. I mean, maybe not, it won't be as obvious maybe to the fans and stuff at first, but I think over time, especially to the fighters, I mean, look at it now. If you work or train at or for, I'm sorry, James Krause, you can't even fight in the UFC right now.
You cannot.
And it's looking like you ain't going to be able to fight in Bellator either. So, yeah, and that's not even, that's the UFC. You know how they are. They like to be proactive. When it comes to, helping them out, they're trying to get ahead of this for sure. Whatever the commission's going to release once they're done with their investigations, I would imagine will be quite damning. Rod did drop in the chat and said that Dana came out and said, what did he say? Dana came out and said that
Yeah, back then, there was no evidence.
There's
Nobody
zero
had
evidence anything was any wrongdoing was done when they did the betting on
Yeah, but
that
that's
fight.
before the
So-
FBI fucking got involved.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like Dana's one of those guys where you would literally sit there and you would like show him and you would be like, yeah, you would read like, you know, article after article about like why these volcanoes getting ready to blow up and why we should evacuate this town. I feel like Dana's like the one guy who would be like, no, it ain't gonna blow up. No, that ain't gonna happen. No. Volcanoes don't even blow up. I don't know where you heard that from. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's him. Like that's his thing, is to deny things so people get pissed off and talk about him denying it. So I feel like that's what's going on right now. Like he's literally like, I just never believe anything he says. So to me, it almost has zero credibility. But yeah, the FBI is fucking involved with James Krause and this whole Glory MMA and the other fighters there at his gym. Derek Minor has been released by the UFC, and I imagine we're going to see more fighters get cut or released in the next coming months to a year. Big fish out of that gym is Brandon Moreno, and he's right in the middle of a damn training camp for a title fight.
Yeah,
which is insane.
Yeah,
which means, think about this now. This means that Brandon Moreno has to, he must be in his 4th or 5th week of camp, literally halfway through camp, fire his head coach. His head coach. Not ask him to leave, not ask to bring in a different coach, fire his head coach.
For the sake
of
fucking
find a new gym and move probably his entire life and family to a new location to get training. Yeah. That's what that fucking means for that guy.
Yeah.
That's huge, man. Dude, if he loses the fight, it'll be about this.
Yeah. Self-explanatory.
It won't even be about that anymore.
Self-explanatory.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. Other fighters that we have is Tim Elliott. It's his most known fighter besides Moreno is Tim Elliott. He's been with James Krause since the very beginning. Trey Ogden, Jeff Molina, David Onama, Mana Martinez, Mike Breeden, Joseph Holmes, and Gina Mazine. Yeah, so those are some of just a selection of the fighters at Glory MMA. There's still obviously a lot more that are fighting, not just in UFC, but in Bellator.
This is just Krause. This is just Krause's gym.
Yeah,
you think he's the only guy?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
this is monumental.
And there's no way he's doing it by himself. Like, there's no way,
dude. Like I said in the chat a few days ago, James Krause is just basically being the fall guy, and it is a truly magnanimous fall. I had to use that word because it's such a fucking appropriate term. Magnanimous fall from grace. You know, it's not like he was like a championship level coach. He was a fantastic coach.
He was on his way there.
Yeah, he was on his way there.
He was on his way there to being one of those guys that everyone talked about, and you know, for sure, he was on his way there.
Yeah. And then we made fun of him because of the shit that happened with Megan Anderson. And then weeks later, his world came falling apart.
Well, that's the other thing, right? Right before this all came out, him and Laura Senko get accused of having an affair, right? He gets accused of fucking Laura Senko.
You know, I bet you he managed to get the fucker off a bet. Bet you.
Wait, what?
He bet someone. Probably bet her something, and like he got the fucker as the reward.
Oh, like that's how it started or something?
It started, yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. She trains, right? She used to be a fighter. Maybe she used to train in his gym. Oh, okay. So there you go. All right, there you go. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. That's a whole nother bag of worms, but that's the least of his fucking problems right now. Yeah. He literally, if this is what they're basically accusing him of found to be true, he could go to jail under RICO charges. Like
really?
RICO.
Wow. I didn't know you could, bro. I didn't realize it extended that far where he can get RICO'd.
He could get RICO charges for this. So he might actually go to jail.
Bro, that's 30 years.
Well, you know, it's good behavior and you whack off a couple guards. I'm sure you get a little bit of time off, but still, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, is
James Krause comes back to coach at UFC 580. A pioneer of the sport who's been around.
Coach's 30-year heroic return.
This is the greatest return since Conor McGregor came back.
Dude, by then crime will be it'll be cool.
Bro,
You know
by
what I
then,
mean?
by then Martians will be fucking illegal
Yeah.
to fight in UFC.
By then, fucking people who aren't breaking the law are fucking in jail automatically. You know what I mean?
Crazy, bro.
So yeah, there's a lot to that. Big John McCarthy and Josh Thompson's podcast weighing in. They at the end of their last episode, they do a really good job of breaking down kind of what's going on with Krause, way over my head of what's going on the inside of what's happening, what are the other ramifications to this. You know, I mean, like I said, a big thing of what they were talking about was just the fighters that can't train under him anymore. And then what other, you know, the UFC is just suspending him alone based on based on, we don't know, but based on information supposedly they may have, foreknowledge they may have from the athletic commissions, because we know that they're, you know, they're real good friends with the athletic commission, especially in Nevada. So
well, the world goes as Nevada goes. That's really what it is in combat sports. The world goes the way Nevada goes.
Right. So it's like if Nevada's going to do some, I think they're definitely going to be doing some, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if the UFC does something similar like they did with USADA, and they brought in a third party arbitrator kind of thing to you know, deal with those kinds of, they might bring somebody in, or might, who knows, INSAC might do something where they appoint somebody to do something to kind of get rid of the betting thing. The betting thing has been a part of MMA since its inception.
Yeah.
Just like it's been a part of boxing since its inception.
Yeah. And there's always bare
knuckle fights. Exactly. Yeah. Bare knuckle fights used to be set up back in the day, and all these, it's always been a thing. Yeah. You know, probably the most infamous to this date, this would probably surpass it now because it's more relevant, more recent. But before this, you know, most people, or not most people, some MMA fans, you know about the old Pride. And Pride, the betting, the fixed fighting was notorious. You know, Pride, K1, a lot of these events, and a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but early UFC, 100%. Sure. We can go back and forth all day right now about conspiracy, whether they're doing it still. Yes, they are. But back then, they definitely were still, you know, fixing fights and shit like this to make money. It was a way that they were making money. The Yakuza was a direct financier of the Pride FC, and it was them making, and one of the biggest reasons why any mafia goes into fucking combat sports, bro, is to fix the fucking fights. That is like 101. And so they were fixing fights in Pride and making millions and
that's
millions.
Why John Gotti fights. That's why John Gotti still fights for PFL and not anywhere else.
Oh, bro, they give and he gets a straight cut off the top just because the last name. You know what I mean?
He's a good fighter though, John Gotti.
He is a good fighter. Wonder if he could fight for his father's freedom.
Isn't his father dead?
John Gotti?
Yeah, isn't he dead?
No, he's in prison.
Oh, is he still in prison?
I don't think Whitey Bulger has killed him yet.
Well, Whitey Bulger's dead,
which is why he hasn't killed him yet. Whitey Bulger's not dead, right? That guy was like a government shill, right? He was like a Jason Bourne going wrong. Something happened.
No, John Gotti died in 2002.
Well, bro, you know I don't know what I'm talking about. So
I knew. I was like, bro, John Gotti's not. He's dead.
You're like, I just fucking saw his fucking rest in peace 20 years.
No. But everybody knows fucking John Gotti's infamous for fucking being a fucking crazy mafioso. So
yeah, whacking people. He's known for whacking off people, bro. Hey, crazy. Hey, who's this guy? Freaking Patty Sue over here. Hey,
give him a quick one.
Give him a quickie. Hey, John, that's not what that means anymore. Hey, take him in the back and whack him off. Whoa, just fucking calm down, bro. Like all the things.
You gotta take him out on the date first.
Yeah, all the things that they used to say to kill people, now it means to fuck. That would mean some kind of sexual thing.
What the fuck?
We're gonna go do them in. Whoa, John, just relax, man. Let's have coffee first. You know, yeah. All right. Last thing before we get out of here. One just put out Demetrius Johnson versus Adriano Moraes 3 to headline One Championship U.S. debut
In
here
Colorado.
in Colorado.
Yep.
And they will have the same rule set. Yes.
That's
I'm
so
hoping
wild.
it's so wild and it's so fucking awesome. So if you don't, a lot of people don't know this. I do because I'm a fucking crazy nerd with the MMA, with just whatever. But I've read into a little bit about how how One is doing this. So basically, what they have done is they've applied, and Colorado is one of the only states that allows you to do this. But they've basically applied to be their own commission inside of Colorado. So they're basically becoming their
I think
own,
Connecticut is like that too.
something like that, right? I know there's a couple other
Connecticut is like that, yeah.
states that are like that, you know what I mean? But yes, there's nothing, so there's no Colorado Athletic Commission, from what I have read, and maybe it's changed, I hope not, but from what I've read, it's not going to have a hand in this event at all, which is insane, right?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
think about like how is, but it's still going to be a sanctioned event. It's still going to be, you know what I mean? There's still going to be like judges, like the whole thing, but it's going to be ran by One or One's parent company. I can't remember if it's One or the company that owns One that's actually getting the license in Colorado or whatever. But yeah, it's fucking nuts. It's kind of crazy. I think it's something similar what like WWE is set up like, because they have their own thing, right? Like most professional wrestling, like WWE, they have their own like commissions or whatever, right?
No, they still, a lot of things still have to run through the athletic commissions in order to get licenses and stuff like that.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's still the same thing. It's still, that's the way it's always been, whether it's been the old school or not. Yeah, whether it's been the old school or not, they still have to.
So wrestlers go through the athletic commission?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So they do the paperwork all like in Connecticut, but the office is the one that sends them off to wherever they need to go to get the professional licenses to perform. So all of them are licensed. All of them have their shit paid for by WWE, so they don't ever have to see or worry about any of that. They just show up and perform. All that technical stuff is handled by WWE offices, but all that is still handled under the athletic commission in some capacity.
But they don't go like get like weigh in or do like a fucking physical or anything like that.
Not, no.
Hey, we're gonna like match this guy up with this guy. Is that okay? They don't do things like that.
Yeah, no. They don't
okay.
No.
I was about to say, because like, wait, like the athletic commission approved like fucking.
They do sometimes do the weigh-in.
Wink the Clown versus Andre the Giant. What the fuck?
They do sometimes do the weigh-in, so they do want to keep weight. Because I mean, if you have somebody that's like morbidly obese, like everyone in wrestling talks about the biggest, I guess, literally the biggest, one of the biggest things is when Yokozuna, for the New York State Athletic Commission back in 1996 or I think it was 1996, late 1996, like November 1996, he weighed almost 700 pounds, and they said, dude, he's too heavy. We can't license him. He needs to lose weight. Like, he's morbidly obese. Go send him to fucking lose weight. And so they sent him over to the Duke weight loss program in Duke University in Durham, North Carolina. And he famously gained more weight because what he would do is he would pay one of the students, like one of the random students that knew of him. He'd pay him like some side money to go get him buckets of KFC, and he'd eat the buckets of KFC at night. Yeah. And so when he comes back and they try to weigh him again, they're like, dude, how the fuck do you gain weight at a weight loss place? Yeah. Yeah.
Talk about the most like self-deprecating behavior.
Yeah. So that's why he got released eventually, bro. He couldn't fucking perform.
Wow.
And he died 3 years later. He died in, I believe, late 1999 or 2000. Early 2000. That's
crazy.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot worse now that you said he died. That I was laughing so hard at that before.
A little bit. Piece of shit.
A little bit. Piece of shit. All right. Well,
anyway, on that note,
on that song. All right, Governor. All right. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. You got anything else? Any other news? We need to, we didn't even talk about UFC 282. It's coming up. Lawler just pulled out. We just actually lost
Lawler. He had an undisclosed injury. So, did we talk about anything?
Let's just go over the main card real quick.
Hold on, my family just got here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. We can bounce. We can do it next week.
I still got to let them in, and we got to do our final plug. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Ethan's got to perform the hosting duties. I mean, UFC 282. It's yeah. I feel like it. They got a lot of changes going on with it right now, but it's looking to be a awesome card.
Yeah, go ahead and run it down. Go ahead and run it down.
Most of my opinion on it really, it's kind of the same as it was. But if I'm gonna do a pick 'em, I'll start at the top.
Yeah,
Jan Blachowicz versus Magomed Ankalaev. Ah, man, I'm gonna go with Ankalaev by chain wrestling to death.
Yes,
but I think Jan could win by KO.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the exact same. I'm rooting for Jan to win by KO, but Ankalaev probably gonna just fucking wrestle the dog shit out of him.
Yeah, I can see that happening. I mean, dude, just look at that. His flag is red, blue, and white, and his flag is red and white. So, who do you think's getting that? So, moving on. Next fight, lightweight. We got Paddy Pimblett versus Jared Gordon.
I'm gonna be rooting for Jared Gordon, but
I'll be rooting for Jared Gordon too. But Paddy Pimblett's just on another,
Yeah.
He's just Scouser.
Oh, Paddy the Paddy. Oh, Paddy the Paddy.
Don't worry about it, Patty. We love you. Bless you, Patty. Thank you. I'm so glad your dog shit in the yard.
Took a bad shit in the yard. You have a water?
Took a bad shit in the yard. Sorry about that. You can't really pick it up with me hands.
No, leave it there. It's fine. Leave it there.
Bless you, Patty.
Bless your heart. Moving on.
Robbie Lawler versus Santiago Ponzinibbio canceled. So if it was
Yuri Prochazka gloves there, canceled.
Yeah.
Darren Till versus Dricus Duplessis is gonna be an awesome fight.
This is a fucking good fight, dude.
This is gonna be a really fucking awesome fight.
I got Darren Till because he's been out for a minute, and I think he's coming back with some thunder.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, Duplessis could put him out.
Duplessis, no doubt, can put him out. I'm going Till. Unanimous decision.
Yeah.
Darren great.
Oh, I'm going Darren Till knockout.
Knockout?
He's gonna get a KO. Yeah, I don't.
I think it's gonna. I think
fight doesn't get finished.
Truth be told, I think this will be.
Fight doesn't go to the end.
I think this fight will be fight of the night.
It could be, but I don't think it goes all 3 rounds. Both of these guys are coming with heat.
I can see it ending in the third. I think it ends in the third. If it does end, it's gonna end in the third. Yeah. I don't think Till's gonna just put him out early. I don't think that. Duplessis is too tough.
Duplessis is so tough, dude.
He is.
South Africa. He's so tough, bro.
He is.
He's so tough.
He fucking.
And then, all right. So moving on, Bryce Mitchell, Ilia Topuria. I mean, the round earth believing in me says I got to go with fucking Topuria. I mean,
Bryce Mitchell's gonna fucking win.
No, Bryce Mitchell. I don't know. Topuria's a good fucking fighter, man. He's a good fighter, but yeah, I think Mitchell's gonna grab him, and he's probably gonna jiu-jitsu his ass.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean?
Probably, governor.
And then he's gonna get on the mic and he's gonna fucking argue with Joe Rogan about the flat Earth.
Bro,
right. Why didn't you debate me and my mom?
Joe Rogan, bro, I swear to God, he should just take the microphone and just dunk in the fucking head if he does that.
I bet you. Watch, they don't even interview him. They're just like, nah, skip it. They're like, oh shit. Like, yeah, they want to talk to him. He's big. He's a name.
He's a name now. Yeah,
they're gonna interview him.
He's a name.
Yeah, probably Joe Rogan will probably just laugh about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like, I could definitely, man, Joe Rogan. Me and my mama was going to debate you at supper. You said no, man. Let's come on the podcast. We were gonna bring some corn. And me and my mama, we wanted to talk to you about, dude.
Oh my God, we're gonna blow you under the desk, Joe.
Just lost all the flat earthers. Prelims, we got Jorginho Rosenstrick versus Chris Daukaus. I'm
going Jorginho.
It's a Kyle Daukaus and a Chris Daukaus, huh?
Yeah, Daukaus brothers.
Are they brothers?
Might be.
Or at least related, right? It's crazy. Daukaus isn't like, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
Now, where I grew up, Daukaus wasn't a super popular name.
No. Not Dukakis, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Rosenstrick. I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah, I'm going Jair.
Yeah.
Jairzinho, yeah. Sorry,
you said Yair.
Yeah, well, because it's Gair, like Yair.
Yeah. I was like, wait, did you say Yair?
Yeah. Jairzinho.
Yeah. I got Jairzinho Rosenstrick too.
Yeah.
Plus he's kind of needing a win, you know.
Yeah, he needs to, because if he doesn't, what does he do from here?
Yeah. Raul Rosas Jr. versus
Not rooting for the 18-year-old kid. Nope, I want to see that kid get fucking wrecked. Stay in school, kids. Stay in fucking school.
Wow. Ethan
Straight
shutting
up.
the dreams down over here.
Yeah, I don't believe in your 18-year-old fucking dream. Nah, I'm good.
Dude,
Chief.
it's
I'm
just
good,
such a
Chief.
weird thing to have him in the UFC. I think
Yeah.
like if he proves himself and he comes out being like this crazy fucking fighter, then I guess it works, dude. But last time I checked, Kobe Norcutt fucking spent 2 days in the UFC and was out.
Bro, I told
Dixie, murdered at once.
Like, you don't remember Sage Northcutt? He's like, who?
Sage Northcutt. Thank you. Kobe Norcutt's sister.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, I remember that guy. I was like, where the fuck is he? Like, he just disappeared. Straight up.
Yeah, he went to one and fucking got murdered by
I remember
fucking
something Alexander. Who's fighting who's Cosmo Alexander. He's fighting soon. He's fighting soon in one. He's got to fight.
But I mean, dude, if you ever watched that guy fight before, I don't know who in their fucking mind said, yeah, Sage Northcutt is a good fight for this guy. What the fuck? At this point, honestly, I think Chatri is literally just trolling. He's literally like fucking DJ, like the way he talks, dude. Yeah. I think DJ just happened to win. I think everybody else, he was like, yeah, I'll lose $1 billion to bring Eddie fucking Alvarez in. I don't give a fuck.
Ridiculous, dude.
Ariel was like, you lost like $5 billion. He's like, yeah, but did you see Eddie lose though? That was cool. So, all right. Anyway, moving on. Next fight, Chris Curtis, Joaquin Buckley.
That's gonna be a good fight.
That's gonna be a good fight. I got Joaquin Buckley in that.
I got Curtis. I bet you 10 push-ups on Curtis.
10 push-ups on Buckley. All right, you got it.
And,
but all right. Well, the rest of the card, who knows? They're probably gonna cancel half the fights between here and now. So
Billy Quarantello's on there. Ovin St. Preux early prelim. Wow, what the fuck?
Yeah, I see an injury.
This card is.
I foresee an injury happening.
Yeah, this card is pretty wrecked though. Not for nothing.
Sickness. A sickness is. Yeah, this card is plagued.
Yeah, this card is definitely plagued.
This is the plagued card.
It is indeed.
Hey guys, go pay. Go pay $75 to watch fucking Jan.
I'm good. Let's wrap up, Governor. I got to be on my phone.
Wrap it up. All right, guys. It was a good one.
Yeah,
I'm out. We got to get out of here.
Yep. I'll go and do my plugs really quick. Shout out to our boy Sean at W2M Network for being our editor and getting us up and settled. Again, listen to us wherever you can listen to us, guys. Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you can find us. Check us out. Check us on the W2M Network on YouTube as well, where you can find the video versions of these. Just search up MMA for Marks. We will be there. Shout out to my boy Matt at the Talk to Kiki podcast, also on W2M Network. Check us out. We record every Thursday live as well. Yep. And again, if you want to catch us on social media, you can follow us on Twitter. We're on Twitter, right? Yeah. Twitter. No, not Twitter.
Yeah, dog, we're on Twitter.
We're on Twitter. MMA for Marks. You can follow us on Instagram, MMA for Marks. You can follow us on our what's it called? Damn it, I'm forgetting now. On our page, our freaking Facebook page, where we're #1, MMA for Marks. As Andy points at our side, you didn't put the A, Bacallero. It's just MM for Marks. The fuck is MM for Marks? Derp. Anyway, follow us on our Facebook page, MMA for Marks. We are there more times than not. We will definitely shout you out. Let us know you heard us from here. Definitely will talk to you. And yeah, again, if you follow any of our socials, if you want to follow me on my Instagram at podcast.senpai, if you want to follow me on Twitter at SHOSTOPPA24, that's Showstopper24. On both of those, I have Linktree. Linktree will take you to all of my podcasting endeavors, including stuff for MMA for Marks, including stuff for Talk to Keki. So you can find our joint ventures through there as well. And with that said, we'll go ahead and we'll get out of here.
We'll get out of here. We'll see you guys next week. And yeah, sorry, I did fuck that up.
It don't matter, bro. We're out this bitch. Have a good night, motherfuckers.
We're the best podcast.
If there's one thing I know for sure, it's that I know nothing.